Hello and welcome to this edition of the Bluefield University Coaches Show. I'm your host, Joey Jarvis. Coming up tonight, going to have a special guest, of course, head coach of the football team, Dewey Lusk, my left, your right on the TV screen, and also a young man who's got a gun. No, I don't mean he has a little gun. He's got an arm. Young man set some records. Nathan Hurstich, the quarterback for the Bluefield University Rams football team. We'll be talking to him as well here in just a little bit. Some notes to pass along to you. Women's volleyball going to be hosting Montreat College tomorrow night, 6:30. The Rams split a pair of games in Georgia over the weekend, falling at Brenau and winning at Truett McConnell. The team now 12-7 overall, but here's a very, very important statistic: 8-2 in the AAC, and winners of their 8 of their last 10. That is an incredible feat so far. But 8-2 in conference play, that is going to be crucial as they get towards tournament time. Hey, men and women's soccer are going to host Union Wednesday. It's East River Soccer Complex. Both the men and women fell to Columbia International last Friday. Match times for Wednesday are 5 for the women, 7 for the men. And let's stick with soccer this Saturday. It will be Chick-fil-A at the Mercer Mall Community Day at the East River Soccer Complex. There's going to be games, prizes, food, that all-important chicken. Eat more chicken, as they say, at Chick-fil-A. As the Rams host Bryan College, women will take the pitch at noon, men at 2. It is free, and as 50 of the first free people, we're all free in this country, right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay. No, 50 of the first people to get there are going to get free food. So you need to get to the East River Soccer Complex. That's
early
on John Nash Boulevard there before you get to East River Mountain Tunnel. Football, you're going to be on the road to Reinhardt this Saturday. Going to be the third nationally ranked team the Rams will face. Kickoff will be in Waleska, Georgia. What's that town like, Coach?
It's not real big. It's just got Reinhardt and a bunch of farms around it.
Oh, that's
so it's not. It's small town USA.
You're going to kick at noon.
Yes, sir.
You can follow the action for that football game on our website, bcrams.com. Learn more about all the sports. Learn about some of the individuals who coach those sports, who play the sports, and see how you can support BC Athletics. That's all at bcrams.com. I want to say thank you for joining us tonight. I want to say thank you to our host, The Grind, here in downtown Bluefield, Virginia, 103 Spring Street. Learn more online at thegrindbluefield.com. Delicious. You said their peach tea is to die for.
Oh, it's the best peach tea ever. I look forward to not only coming to talk to you and seeing Bob Red, but I also look forward to drinking the peach tea here at the Grind.
That's just one of the many items you can get here at the Grind. Get more details at thegrindbluefield.com. Coach, not the result we wanted, but what an incredible game this past Saturday night at Mitchell Stadium, where you fell to an incredibly tough Faulkner University team.
Well, the kids played extremely hard for 4 quarters, and if you like offense, that was the place to be because there was over 1,000 yards of offense that night, and the receivers played extremely well. Nathan Hurstich, he had a super game, and all we can do is go out there and play as hard as we can. We're playing these nationally ranked teams right here in a row, and we are so close. Once again, we made a few mistakes that cost you, and that's what we've got to shore up before we can get over the hump. But we gave Faulkner all they wanted, and they barely got out of there with a win. But
by the skin of their teeth,
we just got to build on that. And now we've got the 12th, 13th ranked, whatever they are this week. Reinhardt, a tremendous team, a playoff team. They've won the Appalachian Conference the last several years, and but it'd be a great one to go down and get this thing jump started.
Well, before we look forward, let's look back. In some of the matchups, especially let's go back to that Georgetown game, you were outmanned. They have 2 to our 1 as far as number of players per position. Faulkner, about the same. They kind of outnumbered us when it comes to depth. You know what I'm talking about. But I'm thinking key personnel, you had the better team.
Well,
in certain positions, especially with speed, I don't think they saw as much speed as they saw from the Rams as they did Saturday night. You were incredibly fast.
And wide receivers are a dime a dozen, and you got to get the right ones. But there are 100 million wide receivers out there in the United States looking to play football. And, we like to toss it around a little bit, so we probably attract a few good ones.
A little bit.
And the toughest thing to recruit and get are big offensive and defensive linemen and, some secondary backs and those kind of things. That's the toughest part to recruit because there's not as many of them. If you think about it growing up, what's everybody want to do? They want to be a running back, quarterback, wide receiver.
Right.
And, one time I was out recruiting up in Northern Virginia, and Bud Foster, the former defensive coordinator at Virginia Tech, he was coming out, and I was going in, and, hey, Coach, how's it going? He goes, what are you looking for? And every year I'm looking for offensive and defensive linemen. He said, so are we, talking about at Tech. So if you start thinking about that, if the big boys, it's just going to filter on down. And quite frankly, like the Georgetowns of the world, and those kids are bought. And that's it is what it is, but we're going to keep right at it and keep developing kids, and that's what we have to do. And we are so close. We've got to get over the hump of learning how to win. And we're right on the cusp of doing that, and we're hanging right in there. And it's, extremely tough on everybody to be 1-4. But it's going to happen.
Think about it, 2 of those losses, though. The opening game of the season and then this last one against Faulkner. Those are both winnable games.
Oh, they're definitely winnable games. But once again, we've got to learn how to take that from somebody. Right. Now we're at the point where we're competing. And we just need a few more guys in a few more spots to get where we want to be. But in the meantime, we've got to cut back on a few of the mistakes that we're making and keep grinding, not get down, and figure out how to win that thing at the end.
That was one thing. There was no quit in your team.
No.
There wasn't. And that was one of the most heartfelt losses I've seen in a long time. Meaning that those kids, those heads weren't hanging.
No.
Even after losing that game.
And I told them after the game, I said, it hurts us all to have lost, but I can't be upset with you. I'm very, very proud of the way that you played, and you played hard. Now, obviously, we got to correct some of those bonehead mistakes, but that comes with winning. And when you start winning, things start falling your way. And, you can't drop a pick in the end zone when you've got it right in your hand. Yeah. And then when you've got a fumble under the pile, and you can't let them take it from you. And, when it's a crucial first down on the double pass, you've got to catch the ball. And those are all plays that those are all plays we make.
Right.
But you have to make those plays at the time in those games because they're critical. You're off the field, you don't get to pick. They score a touchdown. You don't get the first down. If we get the first down there, we're in their territory. We probably go in and score. And it's just
and it's just a handful.
It's just a handful of things that if nobody plays perfect.
No.
But we have to make the play at the right time in order to win those games, and we're right there on the cusp of doing that. I think that's
the thing. I think experience, especially with some of your underclassmen, they're really starting to gel and come through. And one young man, he came off the bench to come into that game. Nathan Hersich is going to be a guest here in just a little bit. How about this? Third best game in school history, 406 passing yards, 6 touchdowns passing. Set a school record.
Wow. That's pretty impressive.
Pretty impressive. And think about the targets that young man's throwing to.
My goodness.
The ball got tossed around everywhere. And offensively, you showed some new formations like that quadruple stack of receivers.
I wouldn't dare do that. What do you,
That was interesting.
I'm going to tell you what, Faulkner was on the run when that.
They really did.
Yeah.
Because there was so much – that was what was cool. You went some different variations, and really the personnel you had in key spots, but there were so many different plays you were running out of the same formation. You just threw them a curveball.
It looks like we're running a lot of plays. There's really not that many.
Not that very
No. We just – well –
Not to show that
we're trying to get Ebron on one side and Strickland on another,
right.
and then the quarterback's taking a look at things, and we're trying to figure out what they're trying to do, and we're just a chess match.
But that opened up the draw. That made the draw a possibility, and your running game was a little more emphasized too at sometimes.
Well, and Nathan and I and the quarterbacks and receivers talked about this the other day. I told him, and Coach Ketchum called the one draw for the first down, but he took off a couple times on his own. But I said the best draw in the world is the one not called.
Of course.
And that's just Nathan and the quarterbacks recognizing what the defense is doing, and they fill the lanes and open up, and here we go. So, but, credit to him and doing such a great job, and we've got to keep it up.
And how about special teams? You changed up your kickoff a little bit and was getting some more depth, and Griffith had an incredible punt, that one angle punt where it went out at the 2 or 3 yard line.
I think he averaged about 41 yards a kick,
incredible.
if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, did a great job. And Riley Stubbs has been a little bit banged up, and he can kick him out of the end zone. But Joey Dales came in and did a great job. So we are blessed to have great kickers. And we've got great kids, and we've got a good football team. Mm-hmm. We just got to find a way to win one there at the end, and it's going to happen. And when it does, it's going to take off. And but what a brutal schedule we have played.
I don't think you're murderer's row when it comes to talking about schools. This is going to be the third one in a row. Reinhardt, this Saturday at noon down in Waleska, Georgia. You said it's a lot of farms, and with that comes a lot of farm boys. So they're going to have a big, strong team up on that O-line, D-line. What else are we going to be able to see from Reinhardt, a very nationally recognized team?
Reinhardt is known for being physical and fast, and Nathan's going to have to get rid of the ball extremely quick. Their defensive line are like track athletes. They get in a sprinter stance, and here they come. And but they rely heavily on their defense to create turnovers and put their offense in a good situation. Mm-hmm. They've got a senior quarterback, Billy Hall. I think he was either second team or honorable mention All-American last year. He runs the show on offense. They used to be primarily run, kind of, wing tee-ish kind of deal. Yeah. But with Billy Hall, he's able to run and throw. So he's a double threat there for sure. And but they've got a good receiver in number 80. They've got a couple good backs, smaller but stocky, that are going to run hard. James Miller, who played at Virginia Tech, their head coach. He coaches the offensive line, so the offensive line is pretty nasty. Yeah. We played with them for 2 quarters last year. It was 17-10 at the half, and then we came out and did not play well in the third quarter, and it kind of got away from us. But if we'll play for 4 quarters against them, we should be in the game and have a chance to win at the end.
So time of possession can really be a big key in this game as well. You got to hold on to that ball.
Well, and that is, you say time of possession against a team like that, they're going to be man coverage, man free, man under 2 deep, and they're going to be rushing those front 4. Yeah. And they'll be bringing their linebackers. You've got to rely on some big plays. And they're a hard team to say, okay, we're going to line up 3 yards in a cloud of dust and mix some passes in there. That they ain't letting that happen. So I've got to mix formations, keep them guessing, get the ball to our athletes, and let them go. So hopefully, if we will not turn it, and that's one thing we've got to do a better job of. Last week we lost a turnover battle, I believe 4-3, but we should have had 2 more turnovers that we didn't get. And but we've got to protect the football better as a unit, and we need to get some more defensively to make things happen. But, we've got to slow them down some on offense, and then we've got to be able to finish our drives out and put the points on the board when we get down in the red zone.
So coachable moments from this past weekend, what's something you can build on heading into Reinhardt?
How we played together as a team.
It was a great unit, a great team.
We talked about that all week, and we talked about that before the game, and the kids bought into that. And I think they feel now, man, if we play that hard and play that well and play together like that, the wins are going to start happening. And but that's the big take from that game.
Yeah, I know at halftime I went down to grab a quick drink and just the electricity, not just from the fans, but from the locker room. You could hear the emotion. Those young men, they were amped and ready to play.
Oh yeah, they were excited, and and it was a good feeling. I mean, we went into the half and had a lead, and now we've got to learn to protect that lead and just cut back on those silly mistakes, which we're very capable of doing.
Right. Well, it's all about repetition, practice, and learning. So hopefully we can do that. This Saturday, heading down to Waleska, Georgia, to take on nationally ranked Reinhardt, a perennial power in NAIA football. Be able to watch the Rams journey online, bcrams.com. Coach, good luck to you. That's all I can say.
Thank you so much, Joey. Appreciate y'all.
Appreciate you, man. That's kickoff this Saturday at noon. Get more details and follow the action online, bcrams.com. A young man who, if we put a set of horns on him, might resemble a ram. Very strong, stout young man. Your quarterback, your signal caller, transferred from Iowa via Florida, now in Bluefield, Virginia. Nathan Hurstich going to be our guest here in just a moment, who set some school records, and a very humble young man. We'll talk to him here in just a little bit, as he is the chief executive officer of the offense for the Rams. That's coming up here in just a minute. You're listening and watching the Bluefield University Coaches Show. Thanks for tuning in.
You say you have vision, but where's it taking you? Because true vision is seeing what could be, contending with the status quo. It's taking what shapes you and using it to shape the world. It's the higher calling, from the one who calls you his own. The higher vision, where visionaries are made. It's taking the higher road to a higher education. It's about discovering what God's placed inside of you is exactly what you need. It's knowing that to lead is to serve. And a life poured out is a life full and meaningful. So go. Go beyond the normal. Go stronger than before. Go make your mark. Make your impact. Go further.
And welcome back. This is the Bluefield University Coaches Show. I'm your host, Joey Jarvis, here at The Grind in downtown Bluefield, Virginia. Learn more about their great menu. Get some delicious peach tea, Dewey Lusk approved. You can get more details at thegrindbluefield.com. I'm speaking with a young man now, our guest on today's show, quarterback from Iowa, from Florida, now here at Bluefield University, Nathan Hurstich. It's nice to finally meet you, young man.
Nice to meet you as well.
That's Nathan Hurstich, quarterback for the Bluefield Rams, who set a couple of records this past weekend in that loss, albeit, a high-flying offense we saw from the Rams. 406 yards passing. That's third best game in school history. 6 touchdowns you accounted for passing. How's your arm?
Out of all the parts of my body, my arm feels the best.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, and I know that we were talking to Coach a minute ago. You were sitting there watching. I mean, it hurt to lose that game. It was a game you should have won.
Yeah, it
could have won.
It really did. And I was telling the defensive players that, like, I don't care what the score says. Like, their effort was.
Oh.
It was crazy. I mean,
they never quit.
No, that was the hardest I've seen them play by far. It was a great game from them.
Well, individually, you came off the bench that game. Let's talk about that. Your prep was a little different, being the second quarterback. And how was last week knowing that you were going to come off the bench if you did get to play?
Mentally, I don't know, honestly. It might have helped me. I wasn't as, like,
nervous?
I wasn't as, stressed out about, watching a whole bunch of film. And then, like, usually when I was starting on game day, I wouldn't really talk that much at all. I was looser. So, yeah, I guess it helped me a little bit there.
So, the records, I know they don't mean much to you, but how does it feel to know that the offense was performing that well with you as a signal caller?
It definitely feels good. having that many yards, touchdowns, and then going back and watching the film and seeing that there was a lot of things that we missed as well.
Mm-hmm.
So we did all that, and we missed things that we could do better. So
Put us in your mindset of what it's like to be under center on a game field like that. Kind of give us the what's the lack of a better term, point of view. What's it like to be a signal caller for a football team? How do you go through your progressions that quick? How do you think that fast in a game?
I mean, I guess when you start the game, it's fast,
Mm-hmm.
and then each drive it gets slower and slower and slower.
Really, it's just is it just you start visibly seeing things as you're trained to learn, or
Well, you at the beginning you're not sure. I mean, you watch film, but you're not exactly sure what they're going to be doing out there. And then as the game goes on, you just get more used to it. But I mean, it's always a adrenaline rush out there. But you settle down and things start to get slower as the game goes on.
I can probably already tell what your relationship's like with some of your main targets, Ebron, Strickland, Trevelyan. What's your relationship like with the offensive line, your protectors?
Oh, I mean, they're all real good kids, all of them. It's just we're all friends there.
Yeah, it's
So I mean, I'm not hanging out with them every second of the day, but I
I
get
think it'd be tough to keep up with them appetite-wise.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. But no, I get along good with all of them. They're all really good kids, easy to talk to.
Let's talk about your journey to Bluefield, Virginia. You grew up in what part of Florida are you from originally?
I'm from St. Cloud, Florida.
St. Cloud.
It's about 20 minutes from Orlando.
Yeah. Some large high schools down there. You play football 12 months a year there.
Yeah, but I did. Yes, sir.
Yeah, you've liked football since a young age?
I have. Yep.
Now, how did you end up at a Division II in Iowa?
Really just the recruiting process out of high school, and I was getting.
Which high school did you go to?
I went to Harmony High School.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and
Very well known down there.
I was getting recruited by smaller schools and a couple D2 schools, and my best friend in high school actually committed to a school in Iowa, and I had already had one of my linemen in high school commit to that school, and talked to the coach, and he gave me a chance to go up there, and that's basically how I went up to Iowa.
Mm-hmm. And then how'd you end up here at Bluefield?
Well, I entered the transfer portal. Probably one of the worst times to enter the transfer portal with COVID,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of kids were, in the portal as well, and I was just contacting a few schools and felt like this was my best fit. Coach Ketchum, the offensive coordinator, he actually recruited me. He's from around where I'm from in Florida.
Really?
And I had a real good conversation with him and thought, hey,
Just
why
been a
not?
good fit.
Why not? Come
So
try it out.
what do you think coming from the swamplands up here to the mountains? Because we went to flatland when you went to Iowa. What's it like being here in the mountains of the Virginias?
I haven't ventured off too much, but I mean it's already starting to get a little prettier with the trees, but I mean it's cool. I'm enjoying it so far.
What's your major?
Business.
Really? So what's your intentions after school?
No idea yet.
That's a way to be, young man. You
Yes,
keep
sir.
that up. Hey, what's your prep like this week heading into Saturday's game against Reinhardt?
So far I haven't watched any film. I've been taking it easy. I'll probably get into that tomorrow, and just go out and really just have a good week of practice. That's really what it comes down to, and then just feeling good going into Saturday.
All right. Well, best of luck to you. It's nice to finally meet you, young man.
Thank you.
That's the
Appreciate
signal
it.
caller for your Bluefield University Rams. Nathan Hurstich, young man, set some school records, 6 touchdowns in a single game this past weekend. That is a school record, third best game in school history. 406 yards passing, nothing but uphill climb for you, young man. It's an honor
Yes,
to
sir.
finally meet you. Good luck this weekend.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Nathan Hurstich. Coming up in a little minute, we're going to be talking about it from a pigskin to a round ball. We're going to be speaking with head basketball coach here on the Bluefield University Rams Coaches Show. Back in just a minute.
You say you have vision. But where's it taking you? Because true vision is seeing what could be, contending with the status quo, It's taking what shapes you and using it to shape the world. It's the higher calling from the one who calls you his own. The higher vision, where visionaries are made. It's taking the higher road to a higher education. It's about discovering what God's placed inside of you is exactly what you need. It's knowing that to lead is to serve. And a life poured out is a life full and meaningful. So go. Go beyond the normal. Go stronger than before. Go make your mark. Make your impact. Go further.
Welcome back. It's the Bluefield University Coaches Show here at The Grind in downtown Bluefield, Virginia. Thank you to Colin O'Donnell and his crew for hosting us every Monday at 7. You're welcome to come join us as well. Learn more about all the sports online, bcrams.com. One quick note, don't forget, this Saturday it is Chick-fil-A at the Mercer Mall Community Day for soccer. Going to be at the East River Soccer Complex. Going to be games, prizes, food, and fun as the Rams host Bryan College. Women will be at noon, men at 2, and it is free and open to the public. And for the first 50 people that get there, you might be able to get some free food from Chick-fil-A at the Mercer Mall. Eat more chicken. Now we're going to be talking about a sport that starts here. I can't believe the season is almost upon us. Head coach for the men's basketball team at Bluefield University, head coach Richard Morgan. Welcome to the show. How you doing, sir?
Thank you so much.
Nice
Appreciate
to meet
it.
you.
Good to meet you, too.
You know, we're going to be talking basketball. And basketball, you're going to have kind of the equivalent, not going to be at midnight, but coming up October 21st, it's going to be Mountaintop Madness.
Yes, we're excited about that. We've had it in the past. You know, they do a nice job with it. It's a chance for everybody to come out and see our guys and kind of just see where, you know, what we have, and everybody want to get a sneak peek of our guys. They'll be out there. We'll play a little bit and do some games and do some drills and you know, just have a good time and promoting the program and getting men's and women's out there and get them to compete and play a little bit.
Well, we got to get in that mindset. It's tough to get off of football.
Oh, yeah.
I want to start thinking about basketball, but that's one of the best parts about this college system, especially here at Bluefield University, having those many sports as we do.
Yeah, exactly.
And
it's a blessing.
It is a blessing, and it's incredible. And, you know, Mitchell Stadium is a great confines for football, but not nearly as intimidating as it is for visiting teams to come in and play at the Dome.
The Dome is a monster all in itself. Just getting in there, you have so many coaches that always say, this ain't right in there, that ain't right, the lights are not right, and, you know, they don't know if the basket is the right height. They come up with all kind of stuff. So we're right now in the middle of getting our three-point line that was moved. Then they're now fixing it so it'll be right, because I know they're going to bring their tape measures and say that something's wrong. So I'm ready for that. So we're in the process of getting all that stuff organized, and hopefully it's ready by the Mountaintop Madness.
Now, how do you use that to your advantage? So, you know, because that's the unofficial sixth man there.
Well, when Coach Luss lets them football guys come over there, it makes it even worse for them, because you know, they do a good job of coming and giving us that environment, and you know, we really our guys feed off that, and the football players know how to make us, you know, feel good about being in there and playing together. And you know, it's just hard to play in there. People don't want to come there, that's for sure.
No.
You know,
visiting teams.
Visiting teams don't want to come.
Yeah,
in
we need.
We need the fans. Yeah, we need the fans. But those visiting teams, they don't want to come in there. You know, last year with us beating Union finally here, and also beating
huge win.
Huge, and then also beating Montreat here last year. You know, it was all about just the environment. And you know, I know we didn't have a lot of fans last year, but just the aura of that gym, man, it's something about it, man, that makes our guys play well.
Well, let's do the sales pitch here for men's basketball coming up this season. What do we got to look forward to?
Well, you know, we're going to start it off obviously with Jeremiah Jenkins. He's been here this is his 5th year, so he's. You know, he's put up 1,738 points.
Wow.
I see no reason why he shouldn't break 2,000, but we'll see. Maybe, I don't know. It's up to him. He's going to get the attempts. I know that.
Of course.
So, but, then we got some other guys that's been here 4 years for me too. So I have a veteran team more so than ever because, you got Omega Stitt. He's been here for 4 years. You got Brandon Shields, shooter. He's been here for 4 years. Little John has been here for 4 years. He hadn't played a lot because he got hurt, he got injured. All kind of stuff happened for him, but he's been here for 4 years. And then you got other guys who've been here 2-3 years. So I've got guys that's been here a while, and it's time for them to, as I tell them, it's time to make your money. And pay some of it back to me, from your scholarship. So we'll see how they do, as far as, just game experience. Some of them doesn't have a lot of game experience, but, Trent Dunn has been here 4 years for me. So, and everybody watched Trent Dunn just gradually move up the ladder. And now he's a starter for us. So it's gonna really put us in a situation where those guys will know what they're doing out there on the court at any given moment.
Well, and the one thing that you're synonymous with, especially with your basketball, it's a lot of energy.
Yes, it is. And they play with energy, and, they play hard. And that's the only thing I ask them to do. If you just play hard and play with energy and, be disciplined while you're out there and, let the chips fall where they may. Like I said, I go back again to the Union game. It was a game of discipline. That's all it was. We had a game plan. They went in and they executed it. We came out with the win. So, I think this group is going to be fun to watch. They're different. They're very much different.
Well, kind of polar opposites from your women's counterpart who are going to be starting, I think, have 6 freshmen on the team.
Yes, he does. And they're good.
Maybe 10 freshmen.
Yeah, 10. He's got 10 new guys.
10 freshmen on the women's basketball team.
Yeah, he's got 10.
So it's going to be, the different side of the opposite end of the magnet there.
Yeah,
You've got senior leadership.
Yes.
Now, how are you going to matriculate that when it becomes, conference play? I mean, how do you get your kids, who've already been through the grind once, pardon the pun, how are you going to get them ready to execute? Because basketball is such a more in-depth, it's a longer season than other sports.
Yeah. Well, you just got to take it game by game. You can't rush the process. A lot of the freshmen, they want to rush and get in that top 7, but they're gonna have to take their time. They don't know it like those other guys, and some of those other guys have earned their stripes, so to speak. And I just think it's not hard to get those guys to come out and compete every day. And that's what's been nice, because when you got a veteran club like that, they come out, they know what to expect in practice. However, we didn't have a great one today, but I figured that after a day off, it's tough to get them to come back and crank it back up there. But tomorrow they'll be back at it and get back after it, and then we'll be off again on Wednesday. So, I'm trying to take them slowly through this process, because it's a long time between now and November 4th when we line up against those people across the street. And first game of the season. Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, we're going to play them November 4th, and we're going to play them, and then right after that you got a conference game on the Saturday. So I told them it is what it is. You got to make the most out of it. They're gonna play hard in that game, because that's the game that gets you the bragging rights. They have the trophy right now, so we got to get that.
Got to get it back.
Got to get it back across the street, and so we got a lot of things riding on that. So we preparing ourselves accordingly to their new coaching staff over there. So we'll see how it goes as we get a little closer. But right now we just it's the grind time, no pun intended, but it's the grind time right now, and we just got to make sure that our guys understand that we can't play November 4th on October 4th. So we got to be ready, and we're slowly putting stuff in. We got a lot of stuff in already. Really, when you got a veteran club, you can do that. You can put in all your stuff and run your stuff and learn it until they know the holes in it and all that. So, we're gonna mix it up a little bit this year, and definitely gonna run like we always do. Run and gun as always, but we got to sit down and play a little bit of defense. So,
what's that? Nobody knows what basketball defense is.
We got to do a little bit of that. So we're gonna play our normal pack line defense, and that I learned from up at UVA, and we're gonna play a little bit of that and just see where the chips fall.
You can get a taste of it. And get kind of an inkling of what this season's going to be like for men's and women's basketball. Matter of fact, all winter sports at Mountaintop Madness coming up October 21st at the Dome. Open to the public. We invite you to come on out, see what this gentleman's going to be giving us as far as basketball is concerned. I can't wait to be able to call the action for you
I
at
can't
home
wait
games
either.
this year. It's going to be incredible.
Cannot wait.
Head Coach Richard Morgan of the Bluefield men's basketball team here at Bluefield University. Get more details, get the schedule, learn more about the program online at bcrams.com. Pleasure to meet you, Coach.
Hey, pleasure to meet you too.
Best of
Look
luck
forward
to
to working
you.
with
I
you,
think
man.
we're going to be busy together.
Yeah,
We're going to
yeah,
get to know
no
each
doubt.
other quite well, and
Absolutely.
hopefully I'll still have a voice at the end of the season. But I think I'm
Hope
going to be
so.
saying a lot of points scored.
And I'll see you after the games up there in the booth, and
well, then we'll do it. We'll do a
we'll
good job
we'll
together.
kind of close it out and see how
That's fine.
the
I mean, hopefully most
how the
of those will
Rams
be
did.
victories.
Yeah, exactly.
We need to do that.
I'm with you on that. We got 15 home games, so 17 on the road. So
That's going to be good.
2 of them. Well, we got to go up there to with West Virginia Tech, so that's going to be tough. They got everybody back.
Man,
They got
that's
a local
tough.
kid there.
And that's an incredible location to play there. at the
yeah.
Beckley Auditorium.
Beautiful gym.
So
Yeah.
you got to go see that.
Yeah.
Get more details, bcrams.com. Coach, thanks for stopping by.
Appreciate you.
Thanks
Appreciate
for
you
everybody
having
tuning in. It's the Bluefield University Coaches Show. Big thank you to our host for every week. The Grind here in downtown Bluefield, Virginia. Colin and his crew always give us great facility to broadcast from. Of course, you're more welcome to come join us every Monday at 7 o'clock. Get more details about all sports online, bcrams.com. Don't forget football on the road this weekend, taking on Ryan Hardin and the nationally ranked team. Thank you to our guest, head coach Dewey Lusk, and, of course, signal caller Nathan Hurstich. Young man's got a bright future here. We hope you have a bright future with us. Don't forget, tune in for every week here at 7 o'clock for the Bluefield University Coaches Show. Mountaintop Madness coming up October 21st at the Dome. Get all the details, bcrams.com. Until next time, thanks for your time. We'll see you then. It's the Bluefield University Coaches Show. Have a great night.
Go Rams.